So communication for action will be the next item.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, we've come out of camera, and the next item that we have on our agenda is communications for action, and there's one item there, 7.1.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is a retirement for a long-standing employee at the Red River Planning District, I think over 35 years of service, and that she's now planning on retiring. It's Ingrid, and she's been sort of a standard face in the planning department, and many of you have probably worked with her in the past. So they are having a drop-in cake and coffee at 11 to 1 p.m. on January 10th, which is tomorrow. And so they're asking us to drop by, and anyone that's wishing to wish her well. As well, we will be sending some flowers from the RM
Yeah.
for a happy retirement.
Yeah, and I had sent it out to everybody because of the timing, so I thought if anybody wanted to go and had to make plans, that I sent it out. I can't even remember the day I got it, I think on Sunday maybe, or Saturday, so.
So nobody's arranged flowers, right? Like I can write this down?
Correct.
Did you hear anything about Ingrid winning anything? No? She won something?
Where did I
Okay, never mind.
Okay, so I know I'll be going, and I'm not sure if Councillor Spicer is gonna go, but it's open to anybody, so if anybody has an opportunity to drop in, that would be great, so. And,
I'm planning on going, depending on how much it snows.
yeah, well,
Supposed to snow,
I'm kind of in that same boat, but I do have to go, so. Okay, so the voting resolution then?
We'll just say, resolve, council be authorized
Yeah.
to attend Ingrid Zaccarini,
Zarichny.
Zarichny, come and go retirement at the Red River Planning District on January 10th, 2024.
Thank you. Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Belanger, Councillor Basilowitz seconds. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, number 8 on our agenda, new and other business, and the first item we have is street naming for subdivision file S222957.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This is the subdivision that was approved by Pioneer, and Schinkel Properties have started the development. These are the 4-acre lots, and what they're looking to do is put in, part of that was a requirement to put a road in, and as part of that road, they requested a road name. We went through our heritage names list and came to an agreement. McLennan Road will be the road that will be selected, and it's related with Hugh McLennan Homestead and development that was in the area. It was already identified by our Heritage Committee as one of the approved names that we could use in our RM. And they're more than willing to just go with whatever name we have.
Go ahead, Councillor.
Does it matter if there's another McLennan Road somewhere else?
That's what I was thinking too.
I mean, I know we have Ferry in East Selkirk here, we have Ferry Road South, but like, that's another name, I think it's in St. Andrews.
It is. It is.
If it's in St. Andrews, another municipality, it's,
Okay.
you know, because the intention for having the same name, avoiding to have the same name, is to, for emergency services dispatch. And it's unlikely somebody's going to get dispatched to St. Andrews or St. Clements by road alone. They'll usually say in the RM.
It's happened.
It's happened, yeah.
Donald, yeah, is on both sides of the river.
Like when you're calling 911,
Church.
people say I'm on McLennan Road, and if that dispatcher doesn't say what RMA, when they don't say it, they could scramble St. Andrews to McLennan Road, and I don't know, it just,
Yeah, and I had that same thought too, because I know Donald Road, and Donald Road is like across the river from each other. You know, Donald Road in St. Andrews is across the river from St. Clements, so there could be confusion there. And what was the
There's
other
another
one
one
we
here.
said?
Hey.
What was the other one we just said? Donald and Church is on both sides, so.
I've even had a developer come to my house and was looking for places to dump
construction was going on Church Road here, and he was down the south end.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, there's going to be confusion. You could modify this, and if you wanted to put in east, would be a way of distinguishing. But we haven't had a policy to look at other RMs to see if there's other municipalities, to see if there's a name conflict, because then.
There's gonna be lots of reconciliation roads, I think, coming up too. There's gonna be a few of them across the country.
They'll be getting changed, correct?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying change it, I just wanted to
No,
bring it up.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's a very good point.
No, whatever, doesn't matter.
What does council wish?
Well, I guess if we decide to change it, we have to let the developer know, because
Correct.
he's already agreed to having this McLennan Road in the municipality. Go ahead, Glenn.
Yeah, there's another road that we had a problem with finding before was, I think it's a numbered road. It might even be the one where the gun club is. It's on this side, in Rodrigo, and then it goes the other side, and then
It's
it
a different number,
turns.
yeah.
Yeah, and it normally runs east and west, but when you get further on that side, it turns.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
close to that.
Yeah, that's, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we were chasing around there one day.
Go ahead, Counselor Spicer.
Another option is call it Hugh McLennan Road.
Yes.
Can it be registered as McLennan Road in St. Clements, but not actually on the sign? I don't know.
That's a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
If you want, we can go back to the developer and just bring this back for the next meeting of council.
You could ask the developer a question, could this be an issue? And if he says, we're not concerned, then okay, we did our due diligence.
I don't think the developer would have that to say.
Or not the developer, but whoever asked for the road name.
Well,
Well, it was.
no, the point is that this is an RM issue
Yeah,
for emergency dispatch, so
Yeah.
if council feels, we'll take it back. We'll say you have the option of choosing a east, west, north, south, depending on the direction of the road, and, or choosing a name, because we want to avoid conflicts.
Okay.
Because I think it's, the ambulance were probably most, well,
Fire.
police, I guess, too.
Or CRP, yeah. Okay, we'll bring it back.
okay, perfect.
So,
Okay, so moving on. Oops.
so the next item on the agenda, Madam Mayor, is an email that the mayor had
Oh,
received
right.
regarding bus service and issues related with the bus service for the high school students in Lord Selkirk catchment area. The issue is the lack of busing for parents who have to take time off to drive their kids to school. They've asked the mayor, through the mayor to the RM to see if we could lobby the Lord Selkirk School Division to get a report on how many days buses were running and why they weren't and so forth. And they want to know, since they invest money in school taxes, how that can be accomplished. So our recommendation is that the mayor received this letter, brought it forward for council. Our recommendation is that council receive it as information and direct the administration to forward this email to the Lord Selkirk School Division, who can then deal with it, because it's a matter for the school division who receives the school taxes, not the RM.
Right,
Would this be in Alexander?
It is.
It is? Yeah.
well,
So you're just giving it to all the mayors? Is that what they're doing, or?
no, I think the
But they're this
reason,
one too.
I think the reason we got it is because, they're taking the students from that whole area, from the East Beaches area to the comp. So it does take in
Some
part
of
of
them-
Grand Marais, part of Alexander. So they, I don't know that they sent it to
Yes.
Alexander or not, but I received it and I sent it to Deepak, and we kind of talked about it the other day, and I think the best thing is to forward a letter to the school division asking them to look into it on behalf of this resident.
But how this works is that bus in that area, it picks everybody up in that area, and then it comes to Patricia Beach Road, and it stops there, and the kids off that catchment in Grand Marais,
right?
come up there on the old, that road there.
319,
Yeah,
at
come
Pat
up
Beach.
there, they meet there, the kids get off that bus, get in that other bus, and the bus comes straight through. That's how that works. And the kids from Bel Air get off that bus, and they go on that other bus, and they go back to Walter White.
Oh, okay.
It's like a
So-
transfer.
So, yeah,
So
it's a
it's like a
transfer station,
transfer-
so it's not,
A
it's,
transfer spot
yeah, yeah,
at 319
yeah, is that the number that road through?
into Pat Beach.
Yeah,
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 that's
that's how that
319,
works,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so,
Okay,
okay, so
roll
in
forward.
any event, administration will be forwarding this along with the letter that we've discussed it, and we will leave it up to the school division to see what can be done to accommodate the students from our municipality, so,
Thank you.
thank you.
So,
Okay,
item number 6.3
thank you.
is the Northeast Red Watershed District. And what they've asked for is the name from council to identify as to the ratepayers and councilors who are going to be members of all 5 of those districts. And I think we had some names, but I don't think we had a full list that was provided, and that's why they're asking, so they can get the meeting started.
Go ahead, Counselor Spicer, because I thought we had done all this.
We haven't assigned each of you guys to which district, like sub-district. So they need to know
Who's
on
representing
what.
each district from
Yeah.
council?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Go
I'm
ahead,
pretty
Scott.
sure we appointed ourselves at that meeting, but they probably want something a little more concrete.
Mhm.
Like, I think myself and Dennis Petrosky were doing Red River.
Cooks Creek.
You were Cooks Creek with,
Not Petoskey,
No, with, Chorney,
Jordy.
with Brian?
I think, yeah.
And did we figure out where the other fellow was going?
Well, it was, Donovan showed up.
Who was the other citizen that we had?
Well, Petoskey was there and Shorty.
Hofer was.
Somebody was absent from that, from
Okay, so.
The colony.
The colony.
Yeah. So,
So that would be the Broken Head River then, the colony?
probably, I guess, they want that one, because that's the closest to their neighbor, Devil's Creek. Probably the Broken Head would be the most effective for the colony, right?
And you're Cooks Creek?
yeah.
And that colony appointee is a really good one. I just, that'd be great having somebody from the colony on that.
So I think we identified somebody from the colony, and who was the counselor?
Rick,
Me, I guess.
For
Rick
which
Hofer.
district?
Rick Hofer.
Yeah, Rick Hofer.
Well, that's Broken
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Broken
Yeah,
Head.
Broken Head
Oh,
River.
Broken River, yeah.
Okay, so we've got 2 more, which was the Devil's Creek and the Catfish Creek Gull Lake.
And we don't have any
Citizen.
citizens, because we didn't get any more interest, right?
Correct.
So really, it's only one counselor that we can put on each one of those.
Correct. We could put the same counselors too. I don't think there's a restriction. And counselors attending 2
You
subcommittees.
didn't get a designation yet.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
with
with Broken
Head.
Head
I'm with
River.
Hofer and Broken Head.
Which is the lower Cooks Creek that they're talking about? That's the one that you're on, Dave. Okay.
So where you had that coach?
Okay, do
I would think Catfish Creek and Gull Lake would be similar to Broken Head.
He's never been out that way, you know quite a bit. Yeah, I guess
It's
so.
in the similar catchment
Yeah,
area.
it is.
Yeah.
And Devil's Creek, I would think, is closer to the Broken Head.
Devil's Creek, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
See, Catfish
not that I'm
Creek-
forcing anything on you council members, I'm just,
Catfish
Well,
Creek
no,
and
but
Gull
if
Lake would
if we need to have somebody at each of these spots in order to move forward, I think we should.
You need a rep from around Dahlberg for Catfish Creek and up in that area.
Well, we go for DEC in person?
But
It could be.
Yeah, okay.
It could be the same person, so we could put Dave Horvis and Rick Hulford from Broken Head and
Catfish,
and then
Bell Lake.
what we have is, do we need to pick a counselor from the south or similar for the Devil's Creek?
Any takers for Devil's Creek?
That's kind of.
Go ahead, Councilor Belanger, you want to say something?
I got it.
I know it.
No, just the beef.
Oh, okay.
Well, Red River would be good for you, wouldn't
Yeah, whatever, I'm just gonna
Red
say
River's
that.
been selected already.
it? Oh, I'm sorry.
Scott's on Red River with Dennis Badasky.
Yeah.
I've said it before and I'll say it again, I just think this is such overkill and it doesn't need to be, it just seems like, just make one or two committees, having this much representation spread across the board, just, I don't know, it's too micro, not macro, it's too it's, and I know each individual watershed is different because it affects everybody differently, and that's why I think they're wanting this dynamic spread of a counselor on all the boards.
But I'm looking at some of these and they run through more than one municipality, so what if, I'm just gonna use the Broken Head River as an example. What if what they want in the next municipality is not what we want in our municipality? Is there gonna be somebody there to kind of coordinate and make the best decision for all those involved?
And that's
not
a-
one municipality or
That's a
the
good
other
point,
municipality.
and that's a good point, it's kind of where I was going. It's like when we go to different meetings and then have to come back and report to the committee of the whole, you know, how are all those groups gonna coordinate and talk about one item, which is drainage, and when it affects somebody else, how long does it take for that message to get down from all those committees to discuss something? Like, it's
Yeah.
so fragmented.
Go ahead, Councillor Spicer.
Well, the reason why they want us to pick these people is so they can have a meeting in each of the sub-districts, so they can elect the chair of the sub-district, who is the person that goes to the main meeting and coordinates everything that you guys are talking about.
Okay.
And so the sub-districts, we're just a unique municipality that we have 5 sub-districts, most of them have 1 or 2.
That's my understanding.
Well, that makes sense, okay.
That's because we get all the water from everywhere else.
Correct.
We're at the end of the drain.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We
End
are.
of the drain.
So, okay, so what are we short there, or how many
We're
are
at the
we
bottom of the
missing?
bathtub.
Just somebody to choose for
Devil's Creek.
Devil's Creek.
No takers?
What do we have?
Rob will take it, Rob? Yeah?
And then we can identify Councilor Belanger right now.
Yeah.
So we're still looking for a citizen rep to go on Devil's Creek.
Right.
Okay.
Just before we go.
Okay, thank you, council members.
Okay, so you'll send that off to them and,
Yes. And so the next item on the agenda is number 7, Madam Mayor?
okay, so we're down to the accounts.
Yes.
And the close list of accounts, if I could have the resolution, please.
Resolve council approve the January 9, 2024 list of accounts, check numbers 23,000,2345 to 23,000,2566 in the amount of $4,795,888.33 for payment, which includes the following school payments: education support levy province, $83,013.20. Lord Suffolk School Division, $1,437,888.80. Red River, or River East Transcona School Division, $405,285.60. And Sunrise School Division, $171,532.40.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Horvath, second. Counselor Spicer. Any discussion or questions? Hearing and seeing none, I will call a question. All those in favor? Opposed? And that is carried.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, thank you, Madam Mayor. So, I didn't refresh my screen,
Okay,
and so there were 2 items added by council members that were in new business, which is communication and bylaw enforcement on a private property. Do you want to discuss those right now, or do them after the grants?
we'll do the grant and then we'll go back.
Okay, thank you.
No
So-
problem.
STARS grant, there's been a request from the STARS grant program. So STARS Ambulance has provided various statistics for us for their response calls and what they've done over the years and what they provided for the East Selkirk and Northeast of the Selkirk area for the St. Clements year. And you can see that they've provided services going back to 2012 and a number of pickups that they've had to do related to the STARS ambulance service. They are making a request. They are looking at putting it forward as a per capita process, and at a per capita, they're looking at about, for us, would be about $1 per capita, which would turn into about $10,000. Last year, we did donate $5,000 to them. So we've left an option available for council to approve this or something else as council feels.
Okay, I'm gonna open it up. Comments on the funding request and what council feels. Go ahead, Councilor Ballon, or Councilor Bazarowicz.
We do use them, and the stats are a little bit off because we use them actually out of our municipality as well for our residents, just like we do with auto pack and the highway. It's just a number amount. I have no problem with 5,000 again, or we can increase it.
Anybody else? Comments? Go ahead, Councilor Sutherland and then Councilor Strang.
They do a great job. I know per capita, they would like us to go, I understand that, but I think myself, I'd like to stick with the 5,000.
Okay, Councilor Strang.
I'm gonna concur with everybody else has said, but I guess what sort of put the red flag up for me was when administration had asked for the other amount for the municipalities, and when it said there that was a privacy, I'm like, you know what, that's, to me, that threw a red flag up. But I have no problem with the 5,000.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Councilor Spicer.
I concur with Councilor Strang because technically, per policy that we have in place for granting, we ask for where are you getting your other monies from? And it doesn't seem like the other organizations have any trouble telling us, but for some reason these guys do. I guess the other thing, and I'm fine with staying with the 5, but the other thing that kind of shocked me a little bit was it's saying here in our report that they have $85,000 worth of grants from municipalities.
Correct.
Well, there's 137 municipalities in this province. So the average, if everybody gave them money, the average would be $620 each. So I'm still fine with the 5, but I am not fine with going higher than 5.
Okay, anybody else? Councilor Orvis? Go ahead, Rob.
I'll go back to my always references. I think letters always speak a million words. I think when we reply to them, we tell them that we have no problem with the 5,000. However, we give them our 2 cents. In other words, we tell them, We are just following as a municipality our municipal policy that we need to know, or we should know, what others are given. You're suggesting that you cannot do that. We're letting you know right now that we'll give you the 5,000, but unless this changes, council could make a different decision and a different outcome in the future. They need to know that.
Right,
It's a part of our problem that we need to try to fix. Not that we're gonna fix it, but if we don't state that in the letter, because they're a provincial, it's provincially run. It's provincial helicopter. And if they want funding, I think it's a great service. When a family member of somebody gets picked up and brought to hospital expedited, it's a life, it's a game changer. I agree. But as what was said here, I think it's important that we mention why we have a problem with it, and they need to hear it. They need to know, here's the 5,000, but in the future, this is where we're going.
yeah, and I'm kind of on that same page. I mean, when Deepak and I were speaking about it, I, really don't have much of an issue with upping the amount, not to what they want, but I thought, even $8,000, but everybody makes very good points here that, we're a public entity, and if somebody came across the counter and asked for that information, we would be obligated to give it to them. As far as grants go, now, they don't want to give us that information, and I kind of agree with what Councillor Boulanger said. Send a letter back to them, this is what you're getting for this year. And council may reconsider if additional information as requested is provided to us.
Because
I
we're
think
following our policy.
that's right. So I think we can maybe work it that way. We can approve the 5,000, and if we get some additional information from them, we could reconsider. I mean, I'm not sure that I would go for a per capita at this point in time, but we have to see what the other municipalities are doing and who is funding them. Like, is it, I'm sure some of the smaller municipalities, more rural municipalities aren't able to give like a per capita grant because they don't have enough funding for their own needs of the municipalities. So I think if we do it that way, we should be okay for now. Any other comments? Okay, so I think we're leaving it as is for now.
So we're staying at 3,500?
No, I thought
5,000.
5,000.
Was it 35 last year?
Well, Shannon had 3,500
Well, then
suggested.
leave it at 35.
35.
That's START program, not START.
No, that's not STARS, that's
It's the wrong
START.
one. Yeah. It's the wrong,
Oh, she's got the, okay.
that's the wrong resolution because the report does say 5,000.
Okay.
Change the T, S to a T.
I thought the right one was in our package.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was too, but maybe,
Okay, I'm gonna fix it.
Spelling error.
It is, it was a copy and paste. STARS program was 5,000 written in the report.
yeah.
So
I
it's
thought
just a-
initially
it's a
they showed us,
resolution issue.
I remember one year sitting here and they told us what everybody else was getting, not everybody. Could we not reach out to the other RNs and ask them what they're getting?
Grants provided by municipalities are public information,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure why they are pushing back. But I think council makes a good point. We'll make sure that that goes in the letter, saying that this needs to be shared if you need to have it reconsidered. And in the future, council may even reconsider their current $5,000.
Yeah, if you want our
Yeah.
support, in the future, you may have to look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll read out the resolution. Resolve council approve the following 2024 request and grant request STARS program, $5,000.
Can I have a mover, please? Councillor Boulanger, Councillor Sutherland seconds. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, I'll call the question. All those in favor, opposed, and that is carried. Okay, so
So-
we're going to go back up
Oh,
to,
yes. Okay, 8.4, communications, and this was an item requested by council member.
Anyway, I just wanted to bring up that we're in 2024, and we still don't have something out to our residents all the time, that we
The letter.
discuss this, yeah,
The
whether it's a
mailing
letter,
yeah.
whether we've discussed it in our strategic planning, and you know what, just over the holidays, I spoke with lots of residents, and they're like, wow, wow, and I said, we have lots of great things going on, but you know what, we're not getting that information out to our residents. So I think for 2024, would really like that to be a priority somehow, or let's get something fixed and let's get some communication out to them.
Because I know I get from Gimli, I get a letter, I think it's 2 or 3 times a year from them, and the page, it's 2-page thing folded, comes in the mail, and it tells everything that's happening there, brings you up to date or whatever. Everybody gets the
I
mail.
think it's quarterly,
Yeah,
if I remember.
Wow.
yeah, and it's kind of neat, like some of the stuff in there, like, you know, if you're a ratepayer there.
That was just one of the things over the holidays that
Yeah,
after
well,
you
you're right,
speak
we
to.
talked about it.
I would agree 100% that the administration has dropped the ball on this, and I take responsibility for that, and I plan to correct it for the new year as soon as possible.
New Year's resolution. I just thought, something good.
Go ahead, Councillor Belanger.
I won't mention any names, but the relationship we're garnering west of here, that's why I said what I said during our meeting was it's important to stay ahead of the narrative, and we should, I agreed with Councillor Strang that a message should be articulated from us first before the speculation starts to swirl
Right.
of other things.
Yeah, yeah. That's right. We need to get the narrative out there in the proper manner because we know it could very easily go sideways, so.
But in your defense, Deepak, too, we have that position's been open, you've been trying to fill it, you filled
Yeah.
it for like a month there, and then that was gone again, so, you know,
Yeah.
it's got your back here.
Well, and I think we can have. a
Excuses
little bit-
aside, it needs to be done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think if we need to, we can have a little bit more discussion later on in our committee meetings, so.
The next one I get from Jimmy, if I remember, I'll bring it in, we
Yeah.
can see what else.
Okay, so if we want to move on to 8.5, bylaw enforcement on private property.
Yeah, I received a call
Oh,
from
yes,
John Minty, which I do every now and then.
Yes.
And he happened to call me yesterday, just wanted to know where we're at.
with that property.
Tyler does keep in touch with me, you know, when we request it, Tyler lets him know, but he just, and he's right, like he said, this is going on 5 years now, and
Well,
he just
and
wants to know
where it's at.
where we're at.
Well, I think Deepak can probably talk to Tyler about it, and I'm not sure if it's so much the municipality or RRPD
This is
looking
with,
after that, and maybe that's something that we can discuss when we go in camera this afternoon.
this is definitely with RRPD. Tyler has been working with them. They've been providing regular updates to us. I can look at getting an additional update. As a matter of fact, Tyler will be talking to us later on in
I've been
the camera.
sick
We can
since
talk to him about it.
the 23rd of
We
December.
did request that their new bylaw enforcement officer that they hired meet regularly with Tyler to address these outstanding issues. There were 3 that we highlighted specifically. One was the Skull Lake property. The other was the property on 2 Mile Road that was having considerable bylaw enforcement issues with the subdivision and construction work and so forth over here.
I don't think which one it is. Doesn't matter.
I think you'll know when it's the one with the injector. And then the other is,
Yeah, I get it.
and the other is the property in South St. Clements with the,
Boardwalk.
yes.
And
Okay,
Don is well aware of the planning. He know, we spoke about that, and he just wants to know where we're at, where they're at, because he said that he spoke with planning, and then he said, they're working on it.
Yes, and that's not good enough, and that's what I've talked to Tyler about, and Tyler has conveyed this message very clearly now, that the RM is going to give direction on action on these items, and if they're still waiting for legal, we'll make the decision, and as we will take the risk if necessary on the legal matters.
And you can have Tyler just contact Don
Yes,
instead of
will do.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
better bylaw officer.
Okay, before we move into
Thank you.
communications for info, go ahead, Councillor Strang,
I was
because I
just-
want to take 5 minutes. so-
I was gonna say, is Tyler just gonna, when he comes in front of us, give us an update with those?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna ask Heather to stop the recording, and I need to take 5 minutes, please, before our delegation gets here, so. Go ahead,
I'll
Councillor.
just go to the cameras now.
Okay.